All right, let's cut to the chase here. You want a strong, lean physique, not just for the summer, not just for vacation, but all year round. You're sick of the yo-yo dieting, marathon cardio sessions, if you're even doing cardio, and all the hype about the next big thing. And what you really want is something that works, but something that is sustainable. So, good news is I have cracked the code, and today I'm really going to share with you everything you need to know about building and maintaining a strong, lean physique all year round without starving yourself or living on a treadmill. This is really to end all scripts when it comes to the year-round physique, looking lean. So let's dive into it. Now, let's actually start with the extremes first and the reality of it. If you've ever tried starving yourself on a 1,200 calorie diet or running 10 miles a day just to burn off a cheat meal, um, I've tried it and it doesn't work. And here's why. These unsustainable restrictions. Extreme diets set you up to fail. They drain your energy. They can potentially wreck your metabolism. And more importantly, it just leads to binge eating the second you slip up. I've been there. I've done it so many times, especially in my younger years. Um, a cheat meal when you're in that extreme dieting could turn into a cheat day, 2 days, or 3 days. And then the cardio overload, endless cardio, yes, burns calories, but it could potentially eat up muscle when you're doing too much, but it also makes you hungrier and makes you more tired. And so the results is you're working harder, but then you end up potentially eating more in the later part of the day, or you're so tired and exhausted that you're not moving at all and you're just laying on the couch. So you end up working so hard just to look worse. No thanks. So we need a sustainable strategy. And it really needs to be a game plan to maintain that strong, lean physique all year round. And we need to focus on three different pillars. And guess what? They're pretty damn obvious. It's strength, nutrition, and your lifestyle. So let's break it down. Strength training that works. I'm going to keep this fairly simple. Yes, you can really get, at the end of the day, you can get any type of program that works for you that's fitted to your needs. But some things I would really pay attention to is having one that is at least around 3 to 4 days of that strength training per week. Yes, you can do more, but it's not necessary. 3 to 4 days can be absolutely plenty. And you're focusing on these big compound movements like squats, single leg work, deadlifts, presses, pulls, pull ups, rows, core work, things to really stimulate the body well. Two, you don't need to be there for 90 minutes to 2 hours. I don't recommend that at all. A solid 45-minute effective workout can be fantastic. Yeah, you could do 60, you could do 30, but 45 minutes at many times can be plenty if you have the right intensity. And which leads me to the third piece, you're prioritizing progressive overload. That means every week you're either adding a little bit more weight to that same exercise or adding reps or somehow increasing that intensity, whether it's decreasing rest time, adjusting the tempo, or doing a combination of all those things week after week. And that's really it. There's more pieces that can make up, an effective workout, but if you follow those 3 points, you're gonna be in a really good spot. Now, we need smart, flexible nutrition. So here's the deal. Nutrition, it's not about deprivation. It's about balance. You need to eat right to fuel your body, not punish it. So first things first, protein and also calories. So when we look at protein, aim for 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. And in all honesty, you could do more as well. I know there's some studies coming out that are encouraging more protein. But if you stay at least at 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight, you're going to be good. And, I would think chicken, bison, ground beef, eggs, fish, whey protein or a protein shake, very effective. Now, with the calories, you just want to make sure you're eating the right amount of calories to match your goals. So if you are looking to lose a little bit of body fat, make sure you're in a slight deficit. Like I mentioned before in this video, don't go to an extreme. Stay in a slight deficit. And if you're looking to maintain, well, make sure you're eating enough food. And if you're looking to build muscle, make sure you're still eating enough food, maybe being in a slight surplus for a certain amount of time, but don't go overboard. Again, it's balance. And speaking of balance, make sure your plate or your meal is balanced. Make sure you have that protein with some healthy fats, complex carbohydrates. So you do avocados, olive oil, some nuts. And then also for the complex carbs, we're looking at rice, potatoes, quinoa, oatmeal, and obviously fruits and vegetables. And then the last point is, and I'm sure you've heard this so many times before, but that 80-20 rule works so well. So 80% of the time you're eating that whole nutrient dense foods. And then the last 20%, yeah, it can be a slice of pizza or a little bit of ice cream, but that's it. It's not the entire day. It's not eating that type of food the entire day, every single day. Okay. Now, last pillar here, lifestyle that lasts. So I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this as much, but your lifestyle plays a massive role in all of this. It's your habits outside of the gym and the kitchen that matter just as much. So here's how we make it work. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know I'm going to say this again and prioritize sleep. 7 to 8, 9 hours of quality sleep, helps you fuel your workouts, really can help, believe it or not, help with curbing cravings and keeps your hormones in check, which is a very big deal. Another big one, managing the stress. Chronic stress will lead to overeating and burnout. So you can there's so many mindfulness things that you can do, or journaling, or even just going for a 10-minute walk. Now, this video is not about how to manage stress, but there's a lot of things that you can look up to help with that. I have videos in the past that you could go through to really look at that really point out key ways to manage your stress. And the biggest one is consistency over perfection. Don't let one bad meal or one missed workout derail you. Progress isn't linear. It's about showing up day after day. And I can promise you that consistency, if you focus on that, you will get there. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Now, some mistakes that I've done and I've seen a lot of people do that I would encourage to avoid, because even with the best plan, you can still fall into some traps. So watch out for these. The first one is actually overeating on healthy foods. Yes, you can do that, like almond butter or peanut butter. 2 tablespoons is about 190 calories. So again, as you're designing or fitting your meals out, it's fitting that in there, but not eating half the jar, day after day. Like, even healthy foods can put you overboard. Another one that I see a lot of people doing is they'll actually skip strength training to do cardio. Cardio absolutely has its place, but strength is what pulls this all together. helps build the muscle, and that is a big piece of having that strong, lean physique. So do not trade squats for a spin class if you're looking to stay lean. And then lastly, like I mentioned before, don't chase perfection. Please don't. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. Just focus again on being consistent. Those small wins very much add up over time. Now, our year-round game plan for staying strong and lean: strength train 3 to 4 times a week, eat our balanced meals with, please, no fad diets. Just pick something that you can do sustainably for the rest of your life. Prioritize your recovery so we're sleeping well and long enough. We have our rest days and we're managing our stress. And lastly, stay consistent. No extremes, no gimmicks. So the truth is, maintaining a strong, lean physique isn't about these magic pills or pushing routines. It's really about creating a lifestyle that works for you, one that's sustainable, balanced, and really makes you feel unstoppable. So start small, stay consistent, and please trust the process. I can't say that enough. I know there are plenty of times, especially when we're in the moment and we're not really seeing that progress, we tend to give up because we lose trust with the process. But don't do that. And if you're ready to make this year the year you master your body, then please, it helps me out. Hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. We're not just chasing results. We're building a life that feels as good as it looks. So let's get after it. I'll see you next time.